Many parents sitting here today may be asking the same question we once asked ourselves. What does the future actually look like for our child? Watching your child struggle with their mental health is something no parent is ever prepared for. What began as what we thought were typical teenage challenges slowly became more serious. Eventually, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And alongside this, he experienced significant anxiety, which at times made everyday situations feel overwhelming. Over several years, Tristan went through extremely difficult periods, including hospital stays and intensive support. As parents, seeing your child in this kind of distress is incredibly difficult. At the same time, you suddenly find yourself navigating a completely new world. Mental health specialists, services, NDI supports, trying to work out what might genuinely help your child move forward. But last year, I went to the Homebush Disability Expo, searching for options that might help Tristan achieve his goals. I spoke to many providers that day, but most felt very similar and not quite right. And then I came across Co-Hive. I spoke with Kim and met members of the Co-Hive team and some of the ambassador leaders representing the program. I was immediately impressed by the professionalism and the way the young people spoke about their experiences. I remember thinking, this actually suits Tristan to a T. What really resonated with me was Co-Hive's holistic approach. They are preparing young people for real adult life, teaching practical skills like cooking, budgeting, educating participants about online safety, and real-world risks, promoting health and fitness, and most importantly, creating real pathways towards employment and independence. A few weeks later, I was sitting in the audience on the open day, like you all, with Tristan beside me, and we both knew this was the right place. Tristan started almost immediately at Co-Hive, exploring areas of interest that he hadn't done for so long. Beyond the many skills he gained through the program, he also started to achieve something else. Tristan began forming real friendships. He found people he genuinely connected with. And it's been wonderful to see him spending time with his new friends outside of Co-Hive on weekends, something that he's been missing in his life for a very long time. Being surrounded by other Co-Hivers who are working towards and achieving their goals, whether that's employment, independence, or further study, has been incredibly motivating for Tristan. And it happens in an environment that is supportive while still holding high expectations, where young people are encouraged to grow and advocate for themselves. So Tristan has always had a strong interest in hobbies. He loves music, singing, cooking, playing guitar, gaming, and fitness. And he has completed a TED qualifications in music performance and fitness. Co-Hive has helped him build on those strengths rather than focus on limitations. It has given him structure, confidence, social connection, and belief in himself. As a parent, there is nothing more rewarding than seeing your child feel capable, valued, and moving towards their future. And I think the best person to tell you what it means to him is the man himself, Tristan. Proud of you, Tristan. Love you.
Hello everybody, my name is Tristan and I'm one of the participants here at Co-Hive. You might have heard me playing guitar earlier. As music is something I love and I'm grateful, I found places to share and express myself creatively. But today, I want to share a little bit about my story. My mum told me about Co-Hive and suggested we come to this open day. I live quite far away on the lower North Shore in Waitara, so coming here felt like a big step. I had already tried many programs and services, so honestly I didn't know what to expect. But as I listened to people speaking on that day, I remember thinking, wow, I can actually relate to that. So today I want to share my story to inspire you guys to join Co-Hive, and maybe someone here might relate. Even though I'm standing here, I might look confident, my journey hasn't been easy. When I was a teenager, I went through a difficult time with my mental health, and I spent several years in and out of hospitals. On my first admission, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. It was confusing and scary for my family and I know it was especially hard for my parents because they didn't know what my future was going to look like. For a long time, I felt isolated, lost, and unsure about my future. Over time, with the right medication, specialists, and support, things started to stabilize. I reconnected with things I love, especially music. I was building up my connections and friendships, and Co-Hive was the catalyst for real positive growth and positive change. But something was still missing. I didn't have a routine, community, or people who understand the challenges and still believed in my goals and dreams. My goals are quite simple, actually. I want to get a job, move out, make friends, travel the world, and become a musician. When we came to Co-Hive, something felt different. Someone was playing the guitar, and I sat down and started playing it too. In that moment, I felt comfortable, like I could be myself. And that feeling of belonging was something I hadn't felt for a long time. Over the last 6 months, a lot has changed. One of the biggest things Co-Hive gave me was routine and purpose. As I travel from Waitara, it sometimes takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, but it's worth it. Within the first few weeks, I found myself changing with more confidence, motivation, and a stronger sense of direction. I've also built real friendships. My friend Henry, he's today. Shout out Henry. We actually live quite near each other and catch up outside of Co-Hive every week. For a long time, my life felt quite isolated. Now I have friends to spend time with. I even went to the Halloween party, which was really fun. Large social environments can still feel overwhelming, but Co-Hive has helped me push through that anxiety in a supportive and safe way. I've taken parts in a number of programs here, and I really enjoy Get Active. It connects me with my health and love of sport, and it helps me explore positive career pathways. I've also tried things like rock climbing, facing my fear of falling, which is something I wouldn't have done before. This year, I'm doing steps to independent living because I want to be more independent, and that's a real goal for me. One of the biggest changes has been at home. Since joining Co-Hive, I've become more independent. I can help out by feeding the dog, helping around in the house, doing the dishes, and cooking meals for my family or myself. The Co-Hive Eats program gave me confidence in the kitchen. I like to make steak and roast potatoes, and they're the best things ever. I've also managed my organization, time management, communication, and learning how to manage my anxiety when I feel overwhelmed. Sometimes I still think about what life might have been looking like if I never came to Co-Hive. I might still feel lost, isolated, and unsure about my future. But today, I have structure, friends, purpose, and a hope for my future. Co-Hive hasn't just helped me, it's helped my family to see that I can do this, that I have a future. And that's the reason I want to share my story with you today. Because 6 months ago, I was sitting exactly where you are today. I didn't know what my future would look like, but my mum and I decided to give Co-Hive a chance. That decision changed my whole life. So if you're sitting here today wondering if this might be the right place for you, this might be the moment where your journey begins. Thank you for listening.